Today, I'm going to show you a free and really useful tool to do some analysis on ZIA URLs. If you go on our website, zero.ai, and you follow this link to GitHub, you will see this ZIA Custom Category Analyzer, and you can clone or download this project to your computer. Here you can see the contents of the README file. But to begin with, special thanks to James Tucker from Zscaler, who shared with me the original version of the script. I then adapted it to use One APIs, the new APIs of ZIA, and to export also in the Excel format. Once you have downloaded or cloned the project, you will have all the files on your computer. Here, of course, you can still read the instructions from the README file. It will explain to you how to create a .env file with the variables that you need with the API credential to access your Zscaler tenant. And it will also explain to you how to set up the Python environment to be able to execute the script. And once you have done that, simply execute the script with Python and the name of the script, and it will connect to your ZIA tenant. And here you will have the list of your custom URL categories. Now you can choose which one do you want to export. In this case, I will choose the big category block, which is a category with more than 2000 URLs. So I will insert number 4, but you can insert more than one number, or actually also all, and it will export them all. And will ask me for the format that I want. I prefer Excel in this case. And as you see, it will start analyzing a category. Find 2565 URLs, and now 100 at a time he's using the APIs to do your lookup. Fair warning, the ZIA One APIs are limited, and you can use this your lookup API only 400 times per day. It's a lot, but if you think about it, it's 40,000 URLs. So if you use it a lot and you have a lot of URL categories, you may reach the end in a day. And here it is. As you can see, a new Excel file appeared in the folder. And here we also have some summaries of the analysis. So how many URLs were found, how many are categorized by Zscaler, how many are not, and also a summary of which categories are these URLs pertaining to. But let's take a look inside the Excel. Here it is. As you can see, we have an Excel sheet with all the URLs analyzed. We have highlighted in red the URLs that they are not categorized by Zscaler. And for all the other URLs, we have which URL category they pertain to. They may be some URLs that pertain to more than one URL category. In this case, you will have the list comma separated. Of course, you can filter this Excel. And if you want, for instance, to look at all the categories that pertains to, let's say, the ones that we were looking here, so music, for instance, my suggestion, it's not to select a category here, because in that case you will miss the ones that have multiple categories, but to use the filter contains. And in this case, I will enter music, and it will filter all the URLs that have the music category, and also those ones that have more than one category inside the custom categories. So why is this useful? One, because you have an insight that you wouldn't be able to have on the Zscaler interface. You can, yes, of course, do the URL lookup, but you can do it one URL at a time. And here we did the URL lookup for more than 2000 URLs almost instantly. And on the other side, you can do some cleanup. For instance, this category called big category block, in our tenant, it's used as a URL filtering for blocking access to these categories. And maybe it was populated by previous partners, previous administrators, or maybe it's coming from migration from previous technologies. And it has a lot of URLs inside it that maybe I can clean up. For instance, pornography. Look, I have 140 URLs pertaining to pornography that I'm blocking with this block category, but actually I have another rule in my tenant that is blocking pornography by itself. So I really don't need to have these URLs blocked twice. in my instance, in my case, for instance, we also have a URL filtering category, which is blocking miscellaneous or unknown. And as I can see from the summary, because yes, there is also a summary here in the Excel. Let me make it a bit bigger. I have 1,282 URLs with miscellaneous, 140 with pornography. Okay, the others have a meaning, so it's okay that I want to block URLs pertaining to blog, news and media, finance, and whatever, because I'm not blocking those categories by default. But these two categories are blocked by default in my tenant. So this tells me that I can remove 1,400 and some URLs from this category, and nothing will change in my tenant configuration as a result. If not, that it will be much more ordered and it will be much more easier to manage the policies from now on.